Welcome back to Paragon Ops, where we speak about Call of Duty Mobile. In today's video is an update to my last Sophia video, but this time we'll talk about Sophia's desire to discover the whereabouts of her father, whether he is dead or alive. This video was created with the assistance of the Call of Duty wiki. If you enjoyed the video, please subscribe to the channel. Now, let's get into the video. Atlas Ascension Part 1, Loose Ends. It's been 2 months since my last Sophia update. If you haven't checked out my Sophia videos, please do so to keep up with this video. So let's pick up where we left off in the previous video. Sophia observed on the news that Stitch had taken over the Atlas Corporation's chemical factory, and there was a person in the backdrop whose only visible feature was their shadow. After viewing this, her mind was bent on determining who this person was and whether or not it was her father. I was surprised as well, but not as much because COD Mobile loves to bring back zombies, I mean characters, so there was a chance he was still alive. In Season 2 Heavy Metal, Sophia was having a drink while watching the news in a cafe near Kazakh, Georgian. When Dame surprised her by creeping up behind her, she complimented her on how well she handles her liquor. This seemed to irritate Sophia because she was not expecting to see her there. Dame sat down next to Sophia and poured herself a drink, expressing concern for Sophia. This is the same Dame who refused to let Templar liberate his daughter Sophia from the clutches of the Five Knights and the Dark Covenant, but let me not go on a rant, let's get back to the video. Sophia didn't stick around for the drinks and light talk with her mother, but just as she was about to go, Dame inquired if she had come here to sneak into Stitch's army. To see whether the shadow she saw on the news was her father and if she would cry to her like a small girl about how he had abandoned her. Sophia fought with Dame about leaving her with the Five Knights and the Dark Covenant to raise and use her as a pawn in some twisted game they're playing, and she told Dame that she's done with her, Templar, and Makarov because they're worthless. I agree with Sophia on this one, possibly because they neglect their child in a terror group to be raised by mercenaries and terrorists. Dame chastises Sophia, stating that she doesn't grasp the issue and that there is more going on behind the scenes. Sophia had had enough and stormed out of the cafe, vowing to find out who the man next to Stitch was. Wraith was secretly spying on them from her motorcycle as they were bickering. The director meets with Dark Shepherd in New Vision City, and they discuss how to deal with Stitch in Central Asia. Then they learn that Sophia Kuto is on the move. I'm curious why they're keeping tabs on Sophia's whereabouts, and I suspect the spy is either Wraith or Dame. What do you think? There are so many questions, but let's move on. In Season 3 Rush/Atlas Ascension Part 3 Fault Lines. Sophia arrived at Stitch's army in the Solyadansk industrial city, where she attempted to enlist but was mocked by the enlister and recruiter, who said this isn't the place for little girls, which frustrated Sophia. She then used her working with Makarov for over 2 years to gain leverage, which made the men mock her even more, saying, "Stitch army doesn't need any babysitters." Sophia responds by breaking the man's pinky and mocking him as he cries out. Wraith then appeared out of nowhere and seized Sophia, before a fight broke out. Sophia was aware that Wraith was following her, but she was curious as to why. Wraith was aware that she was here to determine whether or not her father was alive or dead, but he is no longer alive, and Sophia must accept this. Sophia told Wraith that she returned to Alaska and only found the Templar's mask, but there was no body. Wraith cuts her off, pleading with her to return and rejoin them so that Makarov can help her find Ghost as promised. Sophia said that she had already discovered Ghost, which surprised Wraith, and that she had discovered this via Atlas Corporation's archives. Sophia discovered his address and set up a viewing position on the adjacent building to Ghost's apartment to await his arrival. But Ghost tracked her down. "You can't sneak up on Ghost like that, sweetheart." Rather than exacting her revenge, Sophia decided to listen to Ghost, who apologized for abandoning her in Alaska. Ghost stated that if he were in her situation, he would do the same. So I said this about the revenge thing, the infiniteness of an eye for an eye, which can lead to generations of murder and grief, but I'm glad they got the chance to at least talk about what occurred. Sophia was informed by Ghost that vengeance is a dead-end path that will not offer her peace. Meanwhile, after Sophia told Wraith the story, the guy she broke his pinky with refused to let them leave until he get his pay back, so Sophia slashed his throat open with her karambit, killing him instantly. Present day, Season 4, Veiled Uprising. Leaks from the Call of Duty mobile comics show that Sophia eventually discovered her father, Templar. These are still in the works, so we don't know what led up to this point, but it appears that the results are positive. I can't wait to see the updates. Thank you for watching. Sophia's adventure appears to be coming to a joyful conclusion. Let's hope so. She's been through a lot, but we'll keep our fingers crossed. If you like the video, a sub to the channel would be great, and I'll see you in the next one.
Got a monster inside of me, you better watch out. If you ignite me, a road ahead of full prophecy to be the greatest beast the world has ever seen. I feed him every day like the